Greetings, YouTube viewers and listeners. Let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Daniel, that's my real name, birth name, and I found out in October of 1999 by the voice of God that I was the reincarnation of Daniel of the Bible. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true, and it's been a rocky ride ever since. I want to describe to you my vision of the lake of fire, or hell, which I observed in February 2000. While asleep, I had a very profound vision where the actual quote-unquote lake of fury burning fire, as discussed in Revelation, was tangibly revealed to me. This vision was clear, rich color, full of detail, and easily remembered to this day, which is how I determined it was not just a regular dream, but actual a vision from God. I was brought there by a fellow angel. He was in human form, standing to my left, and I could only see his body outline, as his facial and bodily features were not really easily discerned. He told me telepathically to look forward, and we were facing this lake of fire, which seemed to be quite small, actually, the size of a pond, but it may be the only portion of the lake of fire I was able to see, as the surroundings faded off into a nothingness. Murky blackness, a dense blackness. The lake did in fact to be of fire. Flames covered the entire surface and seemed to be burning in a manner just like petroleum would saturate the surface of water and on fire. The nature of the flames was chilling. They moved and licked in a very slow oozing pace, generally about several inches from the surface, and they were orange in color. The clincher is what I also witnessed. A being, possibly of a fallen angel or a false prophet or something to that variety, a fallen soul, hovering motionless about a few feet above the lake, somewhat connected and immersed in the lake, facing toward us about 15 feet away. His face was gray in color, expressionless, almost serene, just like a statue, staring straight ahead. And he appeared just like a normal human face, but it did not seem to have eyeballs. That's where the similarity ends. Beyond his face, his body was covered in flames, which actually flowed into the lake of fire. He was half immersed in it. Now what happened next was very disturbing. The fellow angel next to me telepathically told me to hover, so in my spirit body, I hovered above the lake and actually entered inside of this being. And what did it feel like? Actually nothing. No pain was felt. It seemed to be an empty shell, covered in flames, devoid of anything, incapable of movement, thought, or emotion. It was an empty shell devoid of a soul. I immediately got out and the vision ended there, but when I awoke, however, I was greatly disturbed in what I witnessed there. And I did not know what it meant, except to show that it was a very real place. It's not a physical place, it's not in the center of the earth, it exists in the spirit realm, and it's not a place of eternal torment, as the Bible seems to imply. Unless that definition of hell seems to be the total absence of the light of God. It's also what some of the biblical prophets witnessed as well. I was not given any further details, so I'm not going to speculate, but Daniel chapter 7, verse 11, 12, and Revelation 14, verse 10, seems to explain this lake of fire, prepared for the devil and his angels, which would explain the empty shell. It could be a place of soul disillusionment, or a place of purification perhaps, but it's not a place of eternal damnation. I would not be telling you this if it was not real. Prior to this, I would have probably be telling you that hell does not exist, because I'm not a believer in the whole concept of Satan and fallen angels, because that's mere mythology for the most part. But let's move on to a lighter topic. Go to my website, you can read about it all in detail for free, finalbookofdaniel.com.